Welcome to the Three Man Weave podcast. My name's Archie. Here with my two co-hosts, Ben and Jaden. Let's get this ball rolling.
Yeah, so we wanted to do this episode sooner, but we had complications with Archie, and we didn't want to two-man weave it. We thought he was just too important for the show, so we're gonna be continuing today. Well, let me ask you guys an icebreaker to start off, okay?
Yep.
Who's been the MVP of the league so far? Most teams have played 5 games. Let's just do a little icebreaker here. Who is the MVP so far?
Honestly, it's hard to give just like a straight up answer, just based off what I've seen so far. You kind of have to look at it from a team success standpoint, which is hard to look at on the sample size.
Let me just give you some facts here.
Mhm.
There's 4 undefeated teams in the league as we're recording.
Yeah,
OKC's 5-0, Philly's 4-0,
dominating. Yeah.
San Antonio's 4-0, and Chicago's 3-0. It's kind of crazy they only have 3 games, but
Yeah, for me right now, it's got to be either Tyrese Maxey or Wemby.
I'm not even gonna lie. I was gonna say the same thing. I think Shea has a case too, but I think with voters fatigue,
Yeah, I
I
don't
would
think
give
he's
it.
gonna get it, especially with the free throws. Like, I just
I
if
mean,
people are putting up stats similar to his, I just don't see a way that he gets it.
Wemby's averaging 33 and 13, and that's not even counting in the fact that he's averaging 5 blocks a game. Great efficiency, and Maxey's averaging 34, 4, and 7. Another great efficiency, and he's the engine behind that. You could say he's the generator. He could be the
Mhm.
engine. VJ could be the generator behind
I would
NBA
actually,
success.
I'd come in with a third perspective here. I actually think it's Wemby for sure, or
Yeah.
Giannis. I think Giannis.
That's not a bad argument. I don't think.
Giannis statistically he's second in points in the league, and I think Milwaukee's 3-1 like that. That's really he's really
He's
not far
averaging
off.
more in each category than Wemby. Just to be clear, except blocks. Make it clear
Yeah, I
so
just think
far.
Wemby, like
I
I
agree
think
about Wemby though.
overall defensive impact, Wemby still hasn't beat. Like,
I
just
mean,
when you
I
watch
don't
the
know.
games.
I think their defensive
The
impact
Spurs
is
have
pretty.
also blown out like 3 of their teams, so it's been kind of dominant. Well, let me give you guys a hot take though, since we're on the subject of these players.
Mhm.
This is a hot take, but if you were to ask me who the hardest player in the league to guard is, I think it's Tyrese Maxey.
You're smoking. You gotta be smoking. I
Not
never
Like,
thought.
smoking.
I
I
never
don't think
thought
that's
you.
an awful take, but he has a lot of points because two two big contributors on the team are out, or three, you could say, if you're considering Jeremy Kane one of them.
I mean,
I, I don't know, man.
he's the number one option in the team with any of those players there. Let's get that clear, Archie.
With Embiid fully healthy, you think he's the number
Embiid
one option
played
still?
Embiid played pretty good today.
He's still playing on a minutes restriction. He's not healthy yet. So.
It's true, but I think Maxey's their one. And let me get this clear. Okay, I honestly, when I said that, I wasn't really thinking of Victor. Maybe I'd take that back just a little bit, but Maxey is this unique player where he's so fast, so agile, but when he's shooting like he has been this season, I mean, he's shooting like 60% from beyond the clip. Like it's a ridiculous rate. And his athleticism's off the charts. Like the first game, like my Celtics were playing them, so I was really locked in for all 48 minutes, and like it just felt like no one could guard him. And he's played some decent defenders so far. It's just like no one can do anything with him.
Mhm.
I don't know. That's a terrible, 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 awful take. I think it's 3 games in. You can't even say that. You couldn't even tell me that if you had 60
Well, it's more
points in
than three
all three
games in.
games.
Maxey averaged 26 last year.
And I'm saying if
We're
he was
acting like
dropping,
this guy just
Look,
came off
I
the
think
street.
he's gonna take
and
a big
I
leap this year, but it's whether or not he can put up these numbers. Like, if he puts up these numbers for the rest of the season, I think without a doubt he wins MVP.
even if Maxey was dropping 60 points per
I think
game
Victor's
for
gonna get it.
for for every game up to this point, I don't think Maxey's a harder player to guard than Wembanyama, obviously.
All right,
But I
let
can
me
name
say I'm
5
saying
players
pound
more.
for pound.
Kevin Durant, Giannis
No,
Antetokounmpo.
get out of here.
Yes, Anthony
In
Edwards is
this day
harder
and
to guard.
age, no,
Anthony
oh,
Edwards
come
is harder to
on.
guard.
Anthony Edwards.
What, you guys don't think so?
Tyrese Maxey is way more unguardable than Ant.
Is
I
is
want you.
Tyrese Maxey a better player than Anthony Edwards in today's game?
Absolutely not.
I think by the end of the year we'll be having that discussion. To be honest,
I think that's gonna be a discussion too. Ant's been hyped up, but he hasn't really done anything.
Guys,
he has done stuff. I mean, he has been injured this year too. I'll give him that. I just think Maxey is a better. I think Maxey is like. I think after this
He's
season, people are gonna
you
have some
guys
takes I've been having right now.
you guys have
He's only
recency
24
bias.
too. I
Yeah,
don't have
he's still
recency
young.
bias. I don't have recency bias. I'm not gonna lie. As a Celtics fan, I do not like the Sixers, but I've loved Maxey for like the past 3 or 4 years just because how
To
good
say
he's been a great
he's
player.
the
one of the most
hardest
fun
player to
players to
guard.
watch. You
To
He's
say
can't.
been
he's
a
the
great-
hardest player to guard.
Maybe not
how
hardest,
are you
but
able to respect his
I think you
three-pointer
have to
and then
say
the
hardest
fact that he
by
could just
You
position.
drive
think
by
think
you?
he's harder? You think he's harder to guard than Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, or Victor Wembanyama?
I think you have to go by position. Maybe not hardest to guard in general, but
He
at
said
his
in the league.
position,
He
I
said in
think
the
so.
league. He said in the league, and that's blasphemy. I'm going to hold him to that. Okay. There's probably I'd say 10 players harder to guard in the NBA than him right now, and I could
Name
name
all
them. But
10.
all 10: Victor, Giannis, Kevin, Anthony Edwards.
I'm not giving you
I
Anthony
think
Edwards.
you're out of your mind.
You don't
I
think
think
Ant-Man?
I don't
I
even know if I'm
think
giving you Kevin Durant this year.
I think at this point I'm not giving you Kevin Durant either. I'll give you Wemby. Or maybe when the
I'll
anomaly's
give you
healthy,
Giannis.
I could maybe give you Tatum.
Jokic is
No,
probably
I'm not
harder to
giving
guard, and
Tatum.
I don't even like Jokic. I'd say Tatum's harder to guard when he's on, even though I don't really like Tatum either.
It's just I don't know how you like. Let me rephrase this. You're right. Maybe I am too quick to pull the trigger on this
This is
take.
gonna sound crazy, but Jimmy B is harder to guard when he's on.
No, come
You're out
on.
of your mind. You're laughing. You don't even.
No,
All right.
2 years ago, look at
All
prime
right,
Jimmy B.
all right. I'm making this take, assuming that I'm obviously he's not gonna average what he's averaging right now, but assuming he keeps this up, I'm making this take. But I think this is a good segue because we wanted to talk about just a few we're gonna each talk about a few teams that we really like and just discuss these teams. And one of them that I wanted to talk about was the Sixers actually. And I think they have one of the best offensive ratings in the league. They actually do have the best offensive rating in the league, and that's without Embiid for a large portion of these games. And some of them he's not even playing in. Some of these is a minute restriction.
It's without Paul George too, and
It's without
McCann.
Paul George. It's without McCain. And I think a big reason you're seeing this is because of the guard play. I mean, Maxey we just talked about. Maxey's been unreal. I think we have to talk about VJ again too. VJ Edgecombe, that first game where he dropped, what was it? He set the record since Wilt. He dropped 34 against the Celtics. He dropped 26, 4, and 7 the other night in a close win against the Orlando, and he's really playmaking well too. And like him and Max, he just look like a duo that could like terrorize the East for a while. And I think too, even Quentin Grimes off the bench, like that's just amazing guard play. Like he had 23 today. And I think, yeah, I think we were a little premature when after the first game when we were saying Embiid, like Embiid has kind of found his way back to to
I
how he
think
was
it's gonna
before.
take time, but
It's gonna take time for sure, but like I think the Sixers just like it's kind of crazy that like no disrespect to like Justin Edwards or Dominic Barlow who have started games for them, but like, if you were to tell me those players have started games, they've started 4-0 against who have they played? They've played the Wizards, who aren't great, but they've played the Magic, the Hornets, who look good this year, and the Celtics, and they're 4-0, and that's because of the guard play.
they took a big leap this past year. I think it's not necessarily a new guys on the team other than VJ thing. I think it's like a mentality thing. The guys are willing to embrace the new role on the team. And so far, VJ's found his place and he's continuing to find his place in the team. I thought it would be challenging with a lot of really good offensive guards, but those guys seem to fit well together so far. So that's good.
I think Nick Nurse is really coaching them well.
Mhm.
And I have an interesting stat from NBA University. It's a really good Twitter account, and they found out that the Sixers have the least corner threes in the league. That's, like, impressive for the best offense in the league, and I think that shows that, like, Maxey and VJ are really just getting to the rim at will and, like, shooting from, like, you kinda know what they're doing a little bit, and, like, they're shooting, like, they're really going in transition with the athleticism they have. They're shooting a lot of pull-up threes, and they're really just getting to the rim.
Yeah. All right.
W
That's also my first team on the list. I think everything they've been doing so far has been really impressive. I want to wait to see them playing more Western Conference teams like the Lakers, the Warriors, and see how they can perform against them, how their team holds up. But right now, they look like, honestly, to me, like with tied with the Spurs for the most scary team to face right now in the league.
Yeah. Jane, what was your first team you wanna talk about?
I wanted to talk about the Wizards. Um, specifically, Alex Sarr had a great game.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that.
Um, we were waiting for that from him, to be honest. And I knew it was going to come. He has all the tools to be there. He's a 6'10", you know, wing defensive anchor. He blocks. He can finish around the rim. He's everything I like in an NBA player. He's entertaining and he's good for any team. He fits in with any system. He had a great
Mhm.
night tonight.
I've
Um,
loved watching Keyshawn George too, if we're talking about the Wizards.
Yeah, he's been
yeah,
great.
You watch his highlight reel, and to be honest, all I was thinking about was Paul George while watching that.
yeah. Well, the Wizards are. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna do this year. They're definitely not gonna make it too far, but
I
they'll
don't
put up a
think they're
fight.
gonna make the playoffs or the plan,
I
Trey
think they might make the
Johnson, though,
play-in.
honestly, but
I
I
wanna
think
harp
they
on
have a bright future.
Yeah, 100%.
Trey Johnson was my draft crush. Like, it's it's I know we're laughing about that, but, like, it's a fun team to watch, but I have one complaint with them. It's like, I understand that you have someone like CJ McCollum, and at this point, like, yeah, he's probably better than Trey Johnson, these guys that you wanna give minutes to, like, even, like, AJ Johnson, who got DNP'd tonight, and when he got
Mhm.
to the Wizards last year after that move from the Bucks, like, he had a lot of promise. I just don't understand why CJ is getting 40 minutes a game on a rebuilding team that's actively rebuilding when he isn't doing shit. He shot 4
Honestly,
for 14 tonight.
yeah, I agree. But the guy I'm looking most forward to on the Wizards right now is Marvin Bagley.
Really?
I know people aren't talking about him,
What do
but
you mean most looking forward to though? Like we kinda know what Bagley is at this
I
point,
we
no?
know what he can do, but I think on a this is a good team for him to kind of show that he still has it in the league. I think he's a very talented center still.
Can I can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I think he's out of the league in 2 years.
I think he can cement his role back in the league this year, honestly.
He needs to have a good year because he
If
was
he if he
disappointing
only
with the
He can
Pistons.
become a like a
I was
15
about to
and
say
10 kind of guy.
every year Marvin Bagley gets on like the new worst team in the league and he still isn't doing anything.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they threw him and Wiseman
By the
into
way, I wanna say though, he did play a really good game tonight. So
Mhm.
I wanna I
he has
wanna
the tools. He has the
Did
tools.
did you
He
guys
was
see
Yeah,
did you guys
physically
see
definitely has the
he
tools.
dunked on Embiid?
I didn't see that. But
I
Yeah,
didn't
so
see that.
I don't wanna be disrespectful to him, it's just I don't think he can play defense either, and it's like that type of player, like, I do think it's a good fit, though.
Mhm,
Can I talk about another team for a minute, though? There's
mhm.
there's 2 more teams I really wanna get to, but I wanna start with the Blazers. I think the Blazers have quietly been one of the most fun teams to watch in the league. I think their defense has been ridiculous. A big reason for that is I think Donovan Clingan is, like, making a leap that I hoped he would've made. He has the 5th lowest field goal percentage as the nearest defender in the league. I think he's been an amazing, like, paint presence, and you put him next to guys like Toumani Camara, who was a second team all defense last year, and guys like Denny Avdia, who are great defenders, Drew Holiday, who's like a veteran defensive presence, and even like Shaden Sharp, you have buy-in from him with us with his athleticism. And like at this point, with what Tiago Splitter is doing with the team since he took over, who says when if Billups gets? I don't think it's. I think it's going to be a while before we see Billups again, anyways. But like if he got cleared today, why is he the
I
coach
don't
over
think he's getting
Splitter?
cleared.
I know, but like the Blazers, I genuinely think they can be a play-in team, and I think Denny's averaging 23, 6, and 4 a game with great defense. He's an amazing playmaker,
Yeah,
and
I'm high on Denny for sure.
he's been their best player this year, and it feels like he's making a leap. And then you have Drew Holiday who played great yesterday, and like Anthony Edwards had a quote after the first game, like this isn't an easy Trailblazers team anymore. They're gonna pick you up full court. They're gonna play a tough game, and they're one of the best defenses in the league. If I'm not wrong, they might be the best defense in the league. No, they're not, but they're up there, and I just think they have a lot to be excited about.
Mhm.
Jeremy Grant, by the way, is averaging 22 off the bench. If the season ended today, I think he's a 6 now.
Yeah, 100%.
One of my teams in the Eastern Conference is the Bulls.
Yeah.
It's been a limited sample size for sure, but in a pretty weak conference, I'd say, compared to the West right now. They could definitely be a contender. They have their whole team's putting up good stats, and they have really good chemistry, which is something good to see. I don't think anyone saw a Bulls contending season coming this year. No one was high on them.
Well, I don't know if they're gonna make it out of the East, but to be honest, they're playing much better than I thought they were.
I think playoffs, which most people didn't even think they make it that far, just
And
based off their results the past couple of years.
a big reason why I think they're playing so well is they have the best defensive rating in the league, tied with OKC. Like their defense is legit,
And
and I think
Iowa's
that's
legit too.
yeah. I was about to say like they have depth. Like just naming players off the bench, Pat Williams, Kevin Herter, Ayo Dosunmu, Jalen Smith. All those guys are like real NBA players that are solid depth
Mhm.
pieces, and they're all coming off the bench. And I
Yeah, and
think
Josh Giddey too. He's averaging
yeah,
20 through the first 3
no, it's
games.
it's weird too that a team's so good on defense with Giddey, because you usually think like OKC traded Giddey because he wasn't good on defense. But I
Mhm.
think even like Vucevic isn't known as a defensive guy, but they're really holding their teams to low scoring games. And I think like IU, like you said, has been a big part of that. Buzelis. But I
Yeah, he's
think
looked good.
their most underrated player this season, and arguably their team MVP, has been Trey Jones. And Trey Jones was on that people forget, he was on that Duke team with, Cam Reddish, Zion, RJ Barrett. He was the point guard of that team. 12 and 8 a game, really good defense. He's just a small guy who can get to the rim at will, and, like, he's really playmaking well, and he's like the point guard that, like, without they're missing Kobe White too, and they're playing this good, and I agree. It's a fun team right now.
Speaking of Jones, his brother Tyus has been a
Oh my
shit show
god.
this season, to say the
He's been like
it's
the
been pretty
worst
bad.
player in the league.
Yeah, from a guy who was a uh, point guard backup or whatever last year to shooting 0 for 4 in his first game and just basically missing all of his shots so far in the season. I don't know if it's a shooting slump or something, but we're gonna need a change out of him because this is just. I mean, you
The
get
Magic,
guys
they
don't stay
need
in the
point
league
guard
like
play.
this. Yeah.
I mean, he's averaging 1 point a game and 15% from the field
Mhm.
as a 6-foot guard. Like, there's no value there.
And he's not putting up. He's getting some minutes too. He's just not putting up defensive numbers. Or like he can't defend because he's small and he's not really passing the ball that well either this season. So there is an upside to having him on the court at this point.
I mean, I'll tell you who a team I'm going to be watching this season is the Miami Heat. Um,
Fun team.
they're 3-0 right now. That just by itself is like
I think they might be
surprising.
4-0 now.
4-0, 4-0
They're blowing out
now.
teams.
I mean, specifically a player I love on the Heat, just overall the team, but a player is Kelal Ware. He's a mini Wembenyama. I
Alright,
like
I
to
don't know
call
what
him.
that is.
He's hey,
I don't
listen.
think
I
we can
say
compare
mini.
anyone to Wembanyama.
You
I mean
can't, but
I
he's
mean,
got the skills. I mean, he can shoot, he can dribble, he can pass, he can dunk for sure.
He's looked
they
good, but Norman Powell is what's brought them.
yeah,
Norman
no,
Powell's
no,
been great.
Norman
There's so
Powell has
many
been
things about that,
amazing.
and they're doing
He's
all
been
of this.
all-star
I
level this year,
yeah,
honestly.
honestly, he's like their whole offense at times, and like
And
They
he's
Giannis
also have
always been a great
Wiggins.
Antetokounmpo's been
scorer.
They
good.
have they have pieces that I'm looking forward to seeing. For example, Wiggins. Wiggins is coming off of obviously the
I mean,
Warriors. That
can
go
I be
ahead.
honest here?
Yeah,
When I watch Heat games, I'm not like Wiggins is I just think there's more interesting players to watch on that team.
I find
I'm
Wiggins to be
only
entertaining.
I think Norman Powell is a very talented scorer. I'm surprised he didn't have an all-star appearance yet in his career.
I mean,
And
last year,
Bam just had
people were
26.
saying. I mean, like I know 2K isn't a good like rating for this, but like he got up to an 88 rating in 2K. Like you would have think Norman Powell, like that's like he's a legit player.
Yeah, if there's a year for him to get an all-star appearance, and even if he's really playing well, maybe like an all-NBA third team appearance, this is the
I
year.
mean, yeah, I think Jaime Hawk has a 28 today. Like that's a. It just feels like Pat Riley. I think gets a lot of shit for not getting like Dame to the Heat or like getting Jimmy Butler another star, but like he has a way to like find these players. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Jaime Hawkes wasn't like that. He was an 18th pick. He wasn't that high of a pick. Like Pele Larson started today, second round pick, 17 points, five, and like we can talk about like the past of like Duncan Robinson and like Max Strus, but they're really good at finding these like hidden gems, and they're doing all this without Tyler Hero, by the way.
Well, that's what I was about to say. They have kind of like a weird team right now, just looking at the roster. But once they have Hero back, and obviously we'll see how he does coming off of his injury. But I think once he's back, especially with all these other, I mean, Davion Mitchell. We haven't even talked about Davion Mitchell,
I
who by the
love
way,
Davion Mitchell.
who by the way, I think could be a huge contributor to the team. I mean, he had probably good efficiency in the last few games. Um, but him coupled with I think Hero when he's back. I don't know what they're doing with Nikola Jovic.
He's
I
I
don't
mean,
know. Does he get minutes?
he looks pretty good. Yeah, he played 20 minutes tonight, 10 and 6, good efficiency.
Well,
it's definitely a good piece for him.
I
what
mean,
what I'll say about
I
the
mean,
Heat is I like what they kind of have a weird team right now, but
Spo is a great coach.
yeah, I'm excited to see what they do, and I really hope they develop Kel'el Ware the right way. Um,
Why are you saying his name like it's like a Pokemon?
not. There's nothing weird about the way I'm saying his name. That's
Can
his
I
name,
say,
right?
by the way, it's impressive Norman Powell has gotten better for 2 straight seasons when he's 32, turning 33 this year.
You
Powell's
think
been
it's him
good.
getting better or him just getting more touches and like making him more of the guy?
I mean, that's a fair thing to say, and I agree that it might just be like him getting more touches, but like even last year, he was playing like this guy with like some scores in that team, like Harden, Kawhi.
Mhm.
You wanna go to the next
He's a
team?
good vet to have on the team for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a what teams you guys wanna talk about? I'll talk about
Uh,
Does anyone wanna talk Hawks here?
No,
I don't think there's
definitely
much to
not.
talk about yet.
I don't like the Hawks.
I
I
like the
don't either.
Warriors.
I don't like the wait, let me
Uh,
just I'll spend 1 minute on the Hawks.
I think Trey Young, he's a
I think
fraud.
Trey Young is gonna be a trade candidate. What do you say?
He's a fraud. He's gonna move by the deadline.
I
Yeah,
don't think so.
I
I
think he's a
think this
true
is a.
trade candidate.
I think they're giving him another season.
I don't think many teams are gonna wanna take him in that contract,
Yeah.
but I think he needs to give you more this year, and I think a reason that Atlanta's starting so slow is because like his three is just not getting respected as much anymore. And like when you don't have his three respected, and you have players in the court like Dyson Daniels who aren't like great scorers, like in the game the other night, like on the pick and pop with Porzingis, it felt like more of the defense was going to Porzingis than it was going to Trey Young. and that's not a way you're gonna win games, and that's not like who Trae Young is supposed to be.
Mhm.
And I think Jalen Johnson should be their best player. I'm not saying he is. I think if he takes a leap this year, and I think he will, I think Trae Young could be a real trade candidate. And then you've built around Jalen Johnson, Reese Shea. But it's all I have to say for Atlanta. It's just disappointing.
For me, for my other pick right now, I like the Warriors, but I think they always get this kind of like start of the season hype, and then they just don't really do much. And I just have like a decent season. But I think well, I'm high on Quentin Post for them, guy out of BC. I think he'll be good.
Petty Post.
I- But
Oh,
right now for the teams for me, it's between the Pelicans and the um, Rockets. Both teams we thought I think would be better. I like what the pieces the Pelicans have, and I think they didn't start out well. They haven't won a game yet, but I
or the
think they'll start to
Pelicans.
pick it up. They have good guys on the team, and I think this team can fit well together. Jordan
You think the
Poole, I think
Pelicans?
I
I don't
still
know.
like what they have. I
I
think
don't
our
like their
queen,
team.
Jeremiah Fears,
Yeah, I don't like their team either.
I mean, DeAndre
they have
Jordan
a
was
lot of talent.
DeAndre Jordan was getting minutes last night against the Celtics.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
DeAndre
37.
Jordan.
That can't be happening. And he played good too against
I
the
mean, yeah,
Celtics, which is
he out rebounded a lot of. I mean, that was Celtics' problem right now.
What do you think about
that's
the
a
Rockets?
well, that's actually segue. I want to talk about the Celtics.
Well, we'll talk about the Rockets after the Celtics. Let's talk about
I
Celtics
don't.
first. I want to talk Celtics though.
I want to talk Celtics. I mean, Ben, I know you're a Boston fan just like I am. Archie, I don't know what kind of fan you are, but yeah, last night was
He's just a fan of ball. He's just a
he's just
fan
a
of
ball
ball.
fan. It's respectable. Last night was a hard watch.
I mean, they
Um,
literally won the game and they won by 30. I don't know what was a hard watch about it.
the hard watch was DeAndre Jordan out rebounding five Celtics players at the same time. I'm sorry, we're 13th
It's
in the
true.
East right now. We're not we as
Okay, but
Celtics
it's
I
fans
don't
we
think
hold
that
it.
13th in the East means anything
they're,
considering we
they're
win like 4
by the
games.
way, everyone on Twitter, Instagram posting mock drafts of us getting AJ or
I've been seeing
Peterson
those.
or
I think that's
Boozer.
stupid. We're not
They're
getting
out of their
AJ.
mind. They're out of their
Well,
mind.
what if we tank?
Honestly,
Is it crazy?
I think
I think it's
I think
crazy.
can I be honest here? I think a big reason the Celtics started really slow is that Mazzulla was like figuring out the minutes. Like for example, you had Minot get DNP'd the other night, but then against the Pelicans, he looked like one of our best players out there. Like I think a big reason we won that game is because we had him out there. He was rebounding well. He's getting in the passing lanes. He's athletic, and like you had Hugo starting against the Knicks after barely playing, or starting against the Pistons after getting DNP'd the first game. Like it doesn't. Then he gets DNP'd last night. Like it feels like they don't really know what to do with the minutes. But I think they're kind of figuring it out, and I think their slow start was because like
Yeah.
Pritchard, White, Jalen Brown, they all started slow. Can I
Okay.
say by the way,
hmm
if you told me before the season that Anthony Simons would have the lowest opponent field goal percentage for like a closest defender, only next to Wemby, I would have been surprised. Like he's supposed to be this guy that can't defend, and he's really stepping up and defending well. And I think
He
that's a
can't
big.
defend. I never heard that he can't defend.
I mean, you literally had Mazzulla telling him before the season, like you're not as bad as everyone says on defense. He's known as this bad defender, but he's really getting buy-in and like
hmm
I mean, Jalen Brown is near him on that list, and he's next to players like Klingon, Castle, like Wemby. So I mean, it's a flawed stat. It's a flawed stat because like it's taken into account field goal percentage, but I mean, he's really the eye test proves it too. He's really trying out there on defense.
Look, I don't think this team's a contender, honestly, from what we're seeing right now this season. But I don't think they're
No,
going to be bottom of the East either. I think a plan team, maybe barely making the playoffs because it is a pretty weak Eastern Conference. So just depends how injuries shake out for the rest of the season, I'd say.
I mean, if Tatum comes back, I think
Yeah, we'll have to
you
see
could
when he
you
comes
could say.
back, if
I
that's
mean,
for the playoffs or
do you
before.
guys think he's gonna come back?
I
There,
don't.
I It makes me extremely nervous when I see the videos of him like dunking online and playing, like
He
I
looks
mean,
good, but I
I mean,
don't think he should
are
he
come
you a
back
was.
this year.
doctor?
No, I'm not a doctor,
He looks good, but I definitely don't think he
but
should be back this season.
I understand injuries for sure. I understand injuries and how they work well enough to see that, and I've studied this.
I mean, if
saw
you guys didn't know, for listeners out here, Jen, you were kind of plagued with injuries for a lot of your high school career. No, this is true. I don't like people are getting this point in the video. Jaden was a legitimate really good prospect in high school, and the injuries just like he is the guy to talk about injuries.
Yeah, we're
Anyways,
talking about
believe
a
me,
guy. We're talking about a
any
guy who would real college offers and just. I mean, he was 25-10, kind of tearing up the league, but just injuries kind of took him down.
I mean, we
um
called him 7-Eleven in the paint. He was always open. You could just throw it up to
Yeah.
him.
yeah, no, I appreciate the glaze, but
Sorry for
I
Tatum.
listen, well, listen, I have definitely, like you said, I have sympathy for people with injuries, and that's why I'm worried about Tatum. I don't want him. It seems like there's a disconnect. Tatum is saying to reporters, "Hey, don't say I'm out for the season because I've never said I'm out for the entire season." And then the Celtics head coach goes up and says, "Hey, he's out for the season. Like, stop the talk." So clearly, he has some ambition to come back, whether it be for the playoffs or at the end of the regular season. If so, that would be the fastest recovery from an ACL tear we've ever seen. And that
Look,
makes me nervous.
I just don't really see the point in him playing the season because if they do make the playoffs, that's one thing. If they're not all that close and he can come back, it's probably not worth it just because there's more seasons. They have won a championship with this core. They're not really in a rush. They're still pretty young. So I feel like it would make more sense just to maximize the years
Ben, I
instead of
point this
just focusing on this year.
Archie, I 100% agree with you. And I think even adding on to you, for Tatum's self interest, there's no reason for him to jeopardize another injury how old is Tatum?
Like
Tatum's
20,
26.
26.
He's got another, I'd say with the way medicine is going, at least 10 years in the league,
He's
maybe
27.
14. Okay,
Yeah.
they're at least another
Him
10
getting a
years in the
career
league.
injury this year, it's
He
just not
can't.
worth
He
it.
can't. Two
Yeah.
ACLs. If he tears it again, it
He'll end up
literally
like
will.
Klay Thompson.
Yeah, and I would hate to see that happen. And
No,
Ben,
wait,
you're
wait,
a
wait,
big
wait, wait.
Tatum
Hold on,
guy,
hold
so
on, hold
you
on, hold
should.
on, hold on, hold up, hold on. Wait a second. Did you just did you just say he has two ACLs? Do
What?
you even know what injury he has? He tore
You're
his
Archie.
Achilles tendon.
I didn't
He
say he tore his
didn't
ACL.
tear an ACL.
He said he tore his ACL. I didn't say
So
that.
Who said that?
you're sitting here on a podcast at 11:59, no PhD, no medicine, anything, and you're talking about an injury that you don't know? You don't even know what he has.
Listen, I saw it happen, so I know what happened. Okay,
You didn't see it happen. I know where we
I
were
did.
when it
I
I was
saw
happened.
the.
there.
I know where we were when it
You,
happened. I know exactly where we were when it happened.
Look, I saw the notification pop up on my ESPN. I know what that said.
listen, I saw the video of him when it happened. Okay, and let me just say, Ben, you're a big Tatum fan. You're the biggest Tatum fan I know. You should not want him to come back this season.
I'm not
Celtics
saying he
fans
should
shouldn't
come
want
back this
him.
season. I'm just saying we're talking about his injury. You don't even know what he
What did
has.
Mac Miller say? Someone want to tell me
I
what
don't
Mac?
know.
Mac
I'm gonna
Does
let.
Miller's
I'm
someone?
gonna let.
dead.
Yo, come on, bro.
No. I love the
I
guy.
know you didn't mean it like that, but
What did Mac Miller say? Someone want to tell me 2 words?
I just graduated that shit.
Self care. 2 words.
Bro, that's not what
Tatum,
he said. That's one of his songs. That's like
Tatum on a.
that's like saying Kanye said "Through the Wire" or some shit like
We don't. Yeah.
that.
But listen, I think Tatum should take care of himself. He's 100% if he can come back, and I really hope he does. And listen, I have some personal beef with Jason Tatum that still hasn't
Oh,
been resolved.
all right, we're not for the audience out here. You got denied a photo.
I took the
We're
photo.
not okay. All right, let's go back to the Rockets. What have you liked
Yeah,
from the Rockets so far?
I think Well, maybe not what I've liked so far, but what I'm anticipating from them. They haven't looked all that great so far. They've lost most of their games, but it's on a small sample size. I think people thought this team would compete in the West, even though it's pretty good this season. I
I
still
mean,
think they're gonna.
when you make a move like trading for KD, I feel like you're going to compete. You know what I mean? That's your window.
I
So
think they're still gonna compete this year. They have all the pieces. It's kind of just about the team working together. And KD did just get there, so we have to give
K,
this a little bit of time.
KD's looked really good.
Mhm.
Tari Eason, who was one of my draft crushes out of LSU, looked really good the other night. I mean, he looked really bad the first game against the Thunder, but like we got to take into account like that Thunder game doesn't go to double overtime, just stays. You know what I mean? Rockets win, like they're 2-2, so like it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I want to see both the Thompson twins take big leaps this year, for sure. I think both of them have potential to be, I mean, definitely all-stars, but like more than that. They're both very talented.
I mean, it sucks they don't have Van Vliet either for the whole year.
Hmm. But I think they can still compete, like contend, honestly, without him.
Me and Jen were talking off camera about Van Vliet the other day.
We were, yeah.
What'd you say?
I didn't hear about the trade that happened.
Hmm.
It's a little weird. You hadn't heard about that trade. I mean, I feel like it happened a while ago, but anyways.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Raptors, like, I don't know.
Wait,
The
you talking about
Raptors,
Fred Van Fleet to the Rockets trade?
yeah, I
Yeah,
missed
that one
that
that
one.
happened 2
It
years ago.
happened a couple years ago.
I missed that one. I was
Hey,
busy during that time.
what other teams do you want to talk about?
Can we talk about the Timberwolves for a second? Because I feel like no one's talking about the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I
Like,
just don't
there's
think
like
there's much to talk about.
yeah, nothing to talk about, but let's talk about them.
We need them to
I
take the
just don't
leap.
really want to. I just don't really want to talk. I mean, they don't have Ant. Like, what is there to say? Like, you can't really judge them without Ant, right?
Well,
So I got Gobert.
when do you guys think,
I
or do
mean,
you guys think in general,
has looked bad recently.
when do you guys see Ant like actually contending for a championship, like making it to the finals and having a shot?
I just don't. I just don't. I think like you need to get like who their second option in the playoffs is Julius Randle. I think you need to do
And that,
better
yeah,
than
it's
that.
not going to work. And the
And
league
like,
keeps getting better and better, and this team just isn't actually improving that much year by year.
I mean, Julius Randle was amazing against the Warriors in the first round last year, and then like OKC comes and he plays two or three. I mean, he played a few good games, but like he was
I don't think.
awful,
I think
unplayable in
they
finals.
just need another real offensive threat on that team.
I mean, like Mike Conley, I love Mike Conley. He's
He's old
38
though.
and he started at
Getting
the
old.
one.
I like.
I
They
think
need a new
I
guy.
mean it's also I'm not like I don't want to like exaggerate or like I don't want to like wish upon this guy that he's a bust, but like I don't think Rob Dillingham is actually an NBA player.
Archie, don't you like Rob Dillingham?
I like Rob. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think he's an NBA
You're
player.
on
I
a
don't
first name
know.
basis with him.
RD, I call him, but
All right, yeah.
I think he's an NBA player. I don't know if he's like necessarily a starter or that
I
big of a
I
contributor, but we do have
I
to give
think
him time.
he's so bad on defense, and I don't think he has an NBA body. Pause.
He's very inefficient
He is
as
still
well as his
young though,
shooting.
so
Yeah,
they're
he's
gonna
still
give him
young.
He
time in
is
the
still
league. He's
young.
not gonna
He
be
can
out of the league
I
anytime
he
I
can
soon.
I
figure
mean
it out.
I mean it's just like him and Bones Highland are kind of the same player, and Bones Highland is
And
getting those
if
minutes.
I have to pick, I'm picking Bones.
I mean,
Well,
Bones has
Bones is
played
just
better.
tough. Bones is tough.
He's
Here's
the
I
the
mean,
talented
thing.
guy who will
Bones.
eventually find a spot.
I honestly think they play different positions, but like
We need
I
Bull
get
Bull.
Terrence Shannon I thought's played pretty decent for them.
You said we need Bull Archie.
We need Bull Bull back.
From where?
I don't know where he is right now, honestly. But I don't see why a contending team or a team that needs someone like him doesn't pick him up and try him out. There are so
I mean,
many talented players that just haven't found a place within the league that teams
He
could
did.
totally use, but just won't take a chance on.
He
I
did have
mean,
an
that
impressive year
begs the
last
question:
year.
does the NBA need an expansion so more of these players can get more opportunity?
Yes, I think they should have an expansion, and there's a clear market opportunity there they've been missing.
Is a team gonna move to Vegas?
I think
Open a
it's
team.
in
I don't think a
talks.
team should move to Vegas. I think a team should be in Vegas, and the
Well,
NBA should build an arena.
No,
every
no,
other
I'm pretty
major,
sure there's a
every
team
other
in
major,
talks.
every other major sports league, like the NFL is the Raiders, the MLB, Oakland's
And there
moving
was
there, the Athletics, the NHL is
there
a
was
team.
talks about Mexico City too, I think.
No,
You think a player is gonna want to sign in Mexico City after like players already all like I mean Toronto isn't like this hot spot for players to sign. Like I don't
Well,
know.
I remember there was talks about another Canada team, Vegas,
Nashville, they could get a
Mexico
team.
City. Yeah, there's talks. I think there were talks about another team in
I
there. And
think
then there's
Vegas is
also
a
talks
great.
about expanding the NBA to
I
Europe.
mean Seattle again.
Yeah,
No, no,
I
I
did
think
hear them talk
Vegas.
about Europe.
I don't think that's going to
Vegas.
happen anytime soon. I
I
think
don't think
before they go
Europe's
to
gonna
Europe,
happen.
they'll expand here. But I think that gets messy. The
I
expansion. I
think
don't think
Vegas is the
it's
perfect.
realistic.
They should open up a new team in Vegas right away. And there are certain players that should still be in the league. Example, Dwight Howard.
I
Um,
mean, an article by this guy James Cloninger. He said Mexico City, like you get Jersey, you got Anaheim, Chicago, get another team. Like, there's a lot of places for them.
Mhm.
Just when talking about like population sizes.
It's going to be hard to
Newton, Massachusetts.
having
Thanks for
having
putting
a
that on
new
the list.
team. It's going to be hard to actually have a
I'm not even kidding. It said that.
contending team. I know there were talks about if they added a team, teams got to like pick who they want to keep safe, and then that those expansion teams can draft. But I'm not sure
Now,
exactly how that would
I
work.
think they should just go from free agents, just stack because there are some good free agents. I guarantee
That's
you.
never gonna
No,
happen. It's an expansion draft.
if they went from free agents, we were just not going to have a team that's
You
going to
have to
win
be
the
able to field
games.
a roster.
Because
They can. There's some guys in the
no,
free
no,
agents
a
right
No,
roster
now.
of free
Wait,
agents in the
You've
league
seen
right now is
JaVale
not winning
McGee in
games.
China. What he's been doing in China. Have you guys
no,
seen JaVale McGee?
there's been expansion teams before though. Like it's an expansion draft. You protect players and they draft them there.
Yeah, but
I
That
don't
is a
like
good
that.
way, by the way, to get some bad contracts off your end. You
a
put them up for
roster with
expansion.
um just like free agency guys would not win a game.
No,
That's
it
not
could
true.
win. It probably
Terrible
win.
A
opinion.
lot of these guys we're talking about are G League guys. Or is
I'm
a G
talking
League
about
team competing in the
guys,
NBA? Can
guys,
they win a game?
guys overseas that haven't necessarily had their chance.
I mean,
JaVale
but
McGee,
that
Dwight
just wouldn't
Yeah,
Howard.
but
happen.
there's a lot of guys overseas who are a lot better than the guys in the G League too.
Sure, but imagine if you put those overseas guys or guys who are just looking for a chance right now. For
Like
example,
Mike James.
I don't know
Mike
who Mike.
James, yeah. I mean,
It sounds. I
Frank
don't.
Ntilikina.
he left. He
Yeah,
left. You don't know Mike James? Remember the
I
guy?
know
Remember the
Frank.
guy from the Nets that's like on
He's
that
older
crazy
now, I
play
think,
with like
but
KD and Kyrie where they throw off the backboard?
Oh yeah, the point
He's
guard.
the
Yeah,
guard in that.
I
Yeah.
mean, there's definitely a lot of talent overseas that would kill it in the league. Like, and we saw that with Gershon Yabusele. I wouldn't say he's killing it in the league, but he's definitely found a role after just like postering LeBron. Like every
I'm not
time
trying to.
we see international players play, we get like new guys in the league, I feel like.
No, it's true. I mean, I think Gershon. I mean, I wouldn't say he's killing it. I mean,
he
it's
had a
kind
really
of
good year last year with the
he had a
Sixers.
good he had a better year in Philly. I mean, he just got injured.
Mhm.
So, but like, no, I do get what you mean. There's definitely play. I mean, it's all about like. I think what people don't realize, like little kids that are like Rob Dillingham's the best player I've ever seen. Like that's not how the NBA works. You know what I mean? Like you have guys, you have the number one options, but then around them you got role players. You know what I mean?
Like
There are also guys, and I'm not trying to sound like a hater when I say this, like truly, because I think to even be considered for the NBA at any level, whether it be the G League or whatever, you have to have an extreme level of talent. So me saying this is not saying they're not good, but there are some guys in the league right now that I just do not think should be in the league at
Like
all.
who?
I mean, off the top of my head,
Because you're sitting here
Grant
like
Williams.
you're
Grant
sitting here.
Williams.
No,
You're
no, no,
sitting.
I don't like that take. I don't
No,
like Grant
Grant
Williams, you say?
Williams
Grant
is an
Williams.
NBA player.
No, I
yeah.
don't think so. And I'm
I mean,
telling you that
you're
as a
sitting here like a
Boston
big
fan.
you're sitting here like a big guy on a podcast. These guys shouldn't be in the league, and you're talking about Grant Williams. Grant
I'm
Williams
not
is an
sitting here
NBA
like a
player.
big guy. I just got through saying for like 30 seconds, like how
Look, I
to
think
even. I think
I
Grant
think
Williams.
guys
Grant Williams
overseas who
Grant
could take
Williams
his
has
spot.
averaged double digits for the past 2 years. How is he not an NBA player?
Dude,
That's
I
the
watched
player
him
you
for
think
like
of?
I watched him for when he was on the Celtics. I
You
watched
don't
him,
remember
dude,
that
and
game
He
that sent
was
the
good
Bucks
on the
home?
Celtics.
Game
I
7,
was
Grant Williams.
the only. Okay, I remember him shit talking Jimmy Butler, and then how did that work out? Can anyone remind me? And I'm saying
All
this as a
right.
Boston fan. Okay, the best thing Grant Williams did was dress up as a Batman to a game. That's the only memorable thing he did.
Look,
I was
I
so
think
happy
he's
Grant
an
when he
Williams
left.
NBA
is
player.
And I'm not saying this
that's
as a
who you're
hater. I
talking
wish
about.
him
There,
I wish
there's
him the best.
there is definitely some players in the league that might get swapped out, but like also a lot of these players in the league are development players. Like you
I
take a
think
guy
there's
with a 45-inch wingspan, he's gonna find a spot on the team that thinks that they can make something out of him.
I think there's guys overseas that could take roles like Grant Williams' role, and I think there's guys overseas who could average 25 or 30 points right now in the NBA. But
I mean,
I do think Grant Williams is an NBA player.
I have to say, like, one player that I think people keep saying isn't an NBA player, doesn't deserve to be on a roster is Bronny.
Honestly, I think
Let me just give my opinion first, and you guys can go. I think Bronny. I mean, he's played good in G League level, and yeah, he didn't play good in college, but like with his athleticism and his like potential, I think I get it. You're right. He probably, Lakers drafting him if he wouldn't have got drafted, but like I think he would have made his way onto a G League team regardless and given a chance because of his potential. But obviously, there's a little something with his name being Bronny James.
yeah.
But what do you guys think?
My
Bronny,
my
on
my
Bronny. What do you guys think on Bronny?
my opinion about Bronny is, and I'll get to him as a player in the NBA in a second, but my main issue is how he got to the NBA. Because he's actually done all right in the G League and in some of these games so far. He's displayed he could actually be a league talent.
Why is that
My
an
issue, my issue is how he got to the league. You guys know LeBron making calls to teams and saying, "Hey, don't draft him because he's next. I want him on my team." Acting like a mob boss out of The Sopranos.
I don't think the teams were
You
going to
can't.
pick him though. I don't think other teams were going to pick him
It's a
anyways.
confirmed thing. LeBron was having his agent call teams saying, "Hey, don't pick my son because we have this pick and we're
I
gonna
don't think
get him."
that's true.
Teams
It is
weren't
true.
going to
Look
select
it up.
Bronny.
I don't think that my problem is that the NBA was never a nepo,
It's
nepotism.
always been a nepotism league.
It's
It
I mean,
actually's never been.
I think it's always been. I think people like
Maybe for
Steph
coaching,
Curry is a
but
Bronny.
prime
for
example.
playing.
Steph Curry is an example of that.
All right, no, Seth Curry was a legitimate NBA player for a while though.
That's a terrible. Bronny James, look at his stats his first year of college. If his name wasn't James,
Seth Curry on the Trailblazers was a great player.
I'm not saying he's bad, but I'm
Well,
also
let
not
me
saying
just say,
Bronny James is bad.
I get people also talk about Thanasis,
That's nepotism.
but
I think he's an NBA body.
But but Bronny is too.
But not really. 'Cause he's a
Obviously, they're
6'1"
both on the
shooting
team
guard.
right
Yeah,
now
but
because of their
Bronny-
relations with the
And-
player.
Thanasis isn't doing what Bronny's doing in the G League.
Why isn't Giannis's other brother on the team right now?
So can I say something? You're talking about Kostas. Kostas got a short contract with the Lakers, I think, last year, and he didn't.
Is Giannis on the Lakers?
So let me say
No, that was 3 years ago.
The incentive for the Bucks to keep Thanasis on the team is because it keeps Giannis from going to another. Thanasis. It keeps Giannis from going to another team. It's an incentive for their biggest player to avoid going to another market. Let's talk about the Lakers. What did can anyone here tell me what Bronny James averaged his first year at USC? Can anyone tell me?
It was like 6 points.
He had just had a cardiac arrest. Like, come on.
And I think Bronny James is an amazing
Carter
basketball
Bryant
player.
got drafted off like 6 points a game.
No,
He was a top 10 pick.
Bronny James also has
we are doing
defense.
mental gymnastics.
And we're not talking about a top 20 pick. We're talking about the 55th pick in the draft.
we're doing mental gymnastics right now to get around the fact that he was drafted and he was drafted in such a way that LeBron got him. And that's my issue, not how he's been playing. Because
Why
I
do you have
actually
an
think
issue with it?
athletically,
Steph
I think
and
Bronny
Steph
James is
Curry
a
Why?
better
both the
Why
player.
do
kids
you
of an
care?
NBA player.
You
Marcus
you
and
can't you can't
Jeffrey
be a mob
Jordan.
boss calling teams and saying, "Hey, don't pick my son. We have this
Okay, if you were a
X number
GM,
pick."
if you were a GM, would you have picked him anyways?
If I was a GM, I would
It
tell
was
LeBron to go.
No, but would you
it was
have
a
picked
Grant.
cool moment. It was a cool
but
moment.
besides the call from
It is.
LeBron
It's a
James,
cool.
if that happened, would you have
If
picked Bronny before the 55th pick if you're
Well,
a
that's
GM?
my other point. I don't. I think the whole reason Bronny was even on the radar, and for I think even if his last name wasn't James, he still would have found his way into the G League. The league, I'm not so sure. The whole reason he was on the radar is because of his last name. The second he was, do you guys remember his college decision? Do you guys remember that?
I mean, he played on a
Okay,
really good high
wait.
school team. He
About
was
the
a good
only thing
player
he's on the
there.
draft radar, he was also a top 10 guy in high school. Top 10
Right,
guys in
and
high school just tend to get.
I wanna make it clear that I'm not saying
He has a
Bronny James.
40-inch vertical.
This is my
In,
point. Bronny James is athletically very much could be or is an NBA player. My issue is not with him being in the NBA right now. It's how he got there. I don't think he
but do
should
you
be in the
think he
league
got
right
there
now.
just based off that? Because I
I
think that's
think I
obviously
think
like a big
I
part of
think
it.
I think
But
it was I think listen, if Bronny James couldn't jump if he had a 9-inch vertical and he couldn't shoot for his life and he couldn't defend, obviously he wouldn't, be playing basketball. He has to be some level of good to make it to the college level and to be even considered for the draft. But I think if we're being totally honest with ourselves, yeah, the reason why he got onto the Lakers and he's getting regular, now he's getting minutes in the rotation, it's because of his dad. And I'm not saying it's because he's not good. It's just the way things happened. And I think that hurts Bronny more than it helps him.
I
I
don't
mean,
think
I
it
mean,
hurts him.
I mean,
I think,
it's true. He's not a good player for the NBA.
but I don't
But
think
I
I
that
think
actually
doesn't
don't
I
agree
diminish
with
I
their
that. I like
potential.
him. I like him as a player. I have no issue with his play. I wouldn't give him as
it
much
just it
minutes as
just
they're
feels
giving
like
him.
people are focusing on the 15th man on the Lakers roster too much. Like,
I just feel
Also,
like he
a
was
lot of
forced on
top
us.
10 guys in high school would get looks for the NBA draft even if they had a bad college season. Not saying they get drafted, but they would get
I feel
real
as a fan,
consideration.
he is a good defender too.
and Archie, this is, actually in response to what you said, I feel as a fan, he's a great high school player, but I feel like from the second he was making his college decision as a fan, he was forced on us into the league. I don't feel like how he made it was natural and genuine and
What was that?
genuine.
I've
I
never
don't
heard
feel
anyone pronounce it like that.
I don't think that, and you can't lie. Bronny James didn't have,
But
I
I
wouldn't
think
have
the
been
only
mad
difference
for the
would have been
record.
he would
But
have
who
not been.
cares?
I think the only difference would have been
Well, this is a
anyways is he
podcast.
would
Who
have
cares
been
about
not
any of
great in
this? It's
college. Maybe he would have developed to like a 15-point scorer in college, and then he would have gotten a shot in the G League and then picked up eventually because he
I don't
dominated
know,
the G
man,
League last year.
but you can't tell me that if his name was Bronny Glazer, okay? If his name was Bronny Glazer, playing at USC, a 6'2" shooting guard, which is very undersized
With
for
a
me, by the
40-inch
way.
vertical, who was top 10 in high
But
school. He would
do you
get
think he would have been
looks.
drafted this past year if his name was Bronny Mike,
No, but I think he would
Bronny
get G
John?
League. I think he'd be on the G League
Do
at
you think he'd
least.
be in the NBA right now?
I think it depends how he performs in the G League.
I think you think that he wouldn't be, but you don't want to say it because everyone's trying to do these collective mental gymnastics of like, oh, but he's playing good or he played good. The way he made it there is not how NBA players are supposed to make it there. And Archie brings up a great point.
I
He
think
does
that's
have a
fair,
40-inch
but
vertical. He does. He's a great specimen athletically, but he's not supposed to be in the league right now.
we
Says
don't
who?
have a lot of. I mean, for a 15th man on a roster, I don't think it's the worst it gets. Sharif
Well,
Cooper is elite.
let me name you some other let me just name you some players, okay?
Mm.
Like for example, hometown team, Celtics, last man on the team right now is probably Max Shulga or Ron Harper Jr.
Okay.
Ron
And
Harper
Ron Harper
Jr.
Jr. is not. I don't know if he's gonna get a real shot, but
and Max Scholga averaged 15 at VCU. He's a legit shooter. He was a second round pick, but why? Like in the preseason, he didn't play much. Why is Bronny like this? Oh, Bronny, like why are we focusing on Bronny? Like, for example, like the
and
Wizards,
VCU isn't very good.
like like you're taught like there's some players in the Wizards too that like to be honest aren't like Jin. Do you even know
And
who Jameer Watkins is? No disrespect to him.
No, I
Sharif
have
Cooper
zero. I
too, I
don't
think,
know.
is honestly an
Yeah,
example of that. He's old.
Sharif Cooper
He
is
was
on the
good in college.
Wizards.
He was a good player, but he's older. Bronny is the upside because he's young. If Bronny's 24 doing what he did, there's no he's not in the league, but he's still
Guys,
young and
I
he's
think
talented as
Bronny would
well.
have. I think Bronny. The bottom line, my position is clear. I think Bronny would have found his way onto whether it be a 10-day or a year contract eventually. But I think the way he made it is so unnatural. And as fans, as a league, we've kind of just all decided to do mental gymnastics. I'm gonna be the one to say it. How he should not be in the league right now. Eventually, maybe he could have balled out in the G League. He would have, for sure, after maybe 3 years at USC, gone to the G League, had a few good years, and then a team signs him. But to get, it's not. We have to understand what's going on here. This was orchestrated by LeBron.
Last year's
You're
performance
you're
in the G
talking
League would have gone
first of
him
all
more
first of
roster
all,
though, or a chance.
you're talking about LeBron like he's sitting in like an evil lab, like with like potions and stuff, and he's like orchestrating this plan. He just wants to like of course like without if LeBron allegedly did what you said or he didn't do what you said, Bronny would still probably be picked. A
No,
team with
not this
LeBron
draft.
isn't gonna disrespect him and not draft his son.
But that's what I mean. The NBA should not run like a mafia family.
They're
LeBron's
not
Yeah, but
nothing's run like a
regardless,
mob. They don't want to
if
upset him.
LeBron made no calls, they know
You
it's
heard
his
what
kid
Ennis Cantor said,
because
and listen, I don't
We're
like
talking
LeBron.
about Ennis Freedom right now. Come on, that's how I
they
know
You
that.
heard what
drafted him
Ennis
based on
Freedom
What
said.
are
potential.
What did Ennis Freedom said?
are
He
these
said,
like woke? Are you like part of like the woke NBA like conspiracy theories? Like what are we
"No,
talking about?
listen, I
LeBron
don't like."
operates like a mafia boss.
What did Ennis Freedom said? He said, "I know dictators,
Uh,
and LeBron's like a dictator."
Hugo videos, 5 looks.
That's great, but LeBron's aging out. Would Mike ever do something like this if Mike had a son? And I know Mike is
He
maybe
did
not a
have
great
two
Mike
example.
did
kids.
have a son. He just didn't play basketball.
No,
Okay,
they
so I'm
did. They
saying
just weren't good enough. And
exactly.
well,
And you know
one
what,
of them
Mike?
was, but then he just quit because
Mike,
he didn't
Mike
love the
didn't
game.
try
But
to.
he was going to get a
Mike
You
didn't.
shot.
think you think you think?
I think the
Mike
same
didn't.
All right,
exact
all
thing
right,
would
all right,
happen
all right.
with his kids.
We've been talking about Bronny more than we've talked about most of these teams. Like, was there any more teams you guys want to talk about? Or
I mean,
we could end
I
with
think
some
we wrap it
predictions.
up.
We could end with some
Wrap it
Yeah,
up
predictions.
with
let's
some predictions.
All right. I like
should we do awards?
yeah, we could turn these into shorts too. So what?
All right.
All right.
Should we start off with sixth man of the year?
Yeah. So who's gonna be the sixth man of the year in your guys' opinion? I got Jeremy Grant. I think Jeremy Grant's gonna be the sixth man of the year
Do we
if he
know when
keeps it
Jared
up.
McCain's coming back?
All right. McCain's not winning the sixth man of the year,
It's
If he
Grant. It's probably
and
Grant.
he's gonna be out for too long.
if he's not out for too long, I think he's a shot at it if they don't start him.
You know who I think has a sneaky chance? I think Dylan Harper could win
I like that.
sixth man of the year and like finish like I think he's playing really good
He
ball.
is still in contention for rookie of the year. He
I'm
isn't.
actually.
VJ's been
I'm.
good, but he isn't that far off from what he's doing.
I'm
I
actually
saw I
changing. I'm changing. I think it's going to be Dylan Harper. I love that
I
opinion and
saw
take.
someone compare Dylan Harper to the Spurs to what OKC James Harden was like. They just have this guy off the bench, like the sixth man is just like obviously
Yeah,
it's
I
not gonna
love that.
start with De'Aaron and Castle right there, but like he's been playing some really good ball. Like his defense, playmaking, like athleticism, like he's really pro ready for a guy that just played 1 year of college.
Yeah, I think Dylan Harper is awesome. I think that's a great opinion. I share it.
Fair. That could be a good pick. All right, defensive player of the year. I think there's honestly one choice here.
You
Say
want
one choice.
let's all go.
Wembanyama.
Who do you got, Jin?
My instincts tell me Wemby, but my head
But
tells me not to count out Giannis. But I think Wembanyama.
Could we
it
see a perfect season from Wembanyama? The
Can I
first
be
perfect
honest?
season ever?
You think Wemby could sweep the awards? Most improved, MVP, rookie. Oh, not rookie of the year, obviously,
No,
but
you don't need most. What is it for
MVP,
perfect season?
defensive player of the year,
All-star
championship,
MVP.
finals MVP. I think Hakeem's
Most
on.
improved too.
Hakeem did it,
No
but
one's had a perfect season.
I think Hakeem won finals MVP and MVP.
Did he win defensive player of the year that same season?
I don't know.
I don't think we've had one, but I
Can I
think if
be
there's a
honest with
guy to
you?
be one, it's him.
Can I be honest with you?
Hmm.
I think you guys are gonna hate me for this. I think Neemias Queta is gonna win defensive player of the year.
That might be the worst take I've ever fucking
I'm kidding.
heard.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's Wemby. It's Wemby. It's Wemby. It's Wemby.
Alright.
All right. Most improved player.
Wemby.
I have Denny.
What? Wemby?
I have Denny.
Who?
Denny.
Is Norm Powell crazy? Say.
I mean, he averaged 22 last year. I don't know.
We're gonna
Averaging
need
24
what's
this year.
usually it's like an 8-point increase, so he needs
And
30.
usually I feel like they give it to like a young player that's like becoming the next star, you know? It could be Keyshawn George maybe.
Yeah. It could also be it could be like a rookie that didn't do too well last year, like a second-year player. Like Alex Sarr could be a pick
Alex
for that.
Sarr is a good opinion. I like that.
Like some of
I
those
love that
guys,
actually.
like Matas.
Yeah, Buzelis
Yeah.
could. I mean, I've wanted a bigger leap from Buzelis so far.
Mhm.
We
I
said
think there's a lot
MVP.
of sleepers for that.
Did we say MVP? Who's the
I
MVP?
mean, Wemby or Tyrese Maxey, I'd say.
Coach, who's gonna be the coach of the year? Do you guys think?
Nick Nurse.
I think Tiago Splitter
Yeah,
is gonna come in and
I
change
like
that.
Nick
Nick,
Nurse
yeah, maybe.
just
But
because the improvement.
I guess
If
they
they
like
can
give
really
the
do it.
coach of the year in the NBA usually to like the best, like one of the best teams, you know. Like it isn't. Some
Yeah.
other sports they give it to like what did they do with this roster? But like who won it last year? Mark Daniel,
Like I don't think
the Thunder.
a super team coach is gonna win it necessarily,
And
but like
and through 1 week, who was your guys' pick to win the finals?
The Spurs.
uh, I think it still might be OKC for me. They're 5-0, and they still look.
Yeah,
They honestly might look better than they did last
they don't even
season.
have J-Dub.
Yeah, I
I
think it's
mean,
hard not to
no
say one of
one's
those
won
two
it like
teams.
twice in a row since like who was it?
LeBron, right?
I don't know. Are they on the Heat?
I don't know. I think he two-peated.
Yeah, I think it might. If I were to go with a new
Oh wait,
team,
no,
I'd
no, no.
probably go with the Spurs.
Wait, the Warriors.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, end us off, Blazer.
Well, it was a great podcast, guys. We'll be back.
Keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, we'll be back soon talking about some more NBA predictions, how the season shakes up as we
I
see
mean,
some more
honestly,
games being played.
we wanted to give you guys a pod sooner, but you know, yeah.
All right. See you guys.